Royaman Sukuna. This is everything you'd want in an evil villain, but he really got me asking myself, what's a worse day? A day in Shibuya or in Attack on Titan? And honestly, I'm tempted to join the Scout Regiment. I know Titans are scary, I'm almost guaranteed death, but have you heard Sukuna? He be laughing and you can hear it echo through the whole city. Like there's no hope of survival if you see this man in front of you. Sukuna started as a salty punching bag for Gojo, then became a character that has unlocked unlimited aura. Like it's a joke how much aura this man has. People try to compare Gojo aura, but Sukuna aura be making you think about life after an episode. Like what the hell did I just watch? And some of you may be watching this wanting to find out about this Sukuna guy for the first time. This all started in Halloween, 31st of October in Shibuya 2018. You know, it was already a bad day, but Sukuna made everyone's day 10 times worse except for Megumi. He saved him. You know, he loves Megumi. And why is Sukuna such a superstar in Jujutsu Kaisen though? If you look at the beginning of Shibuya, before saying a word, the first thing he does is cut off Jogo's arm, looking like grape juice, and does the same thing twice after cutting off the top of his head. And it's only because Jogo didn't bow his head low enough. This is literally aura personified. But then you realize Sukuna is a very evil person. Very quickly after what he done to the two girls, he didn't need to absolutely chop her head off like he's Henry VIII and leave the sister crying at the death. Sukuna has to be studied because the fact he pouted his face like, "Aww, I'm sorry for your loss," as if he wasn't the cause of the actual death, is sick. But Sukuna felt like playing a little game and doing a bit of geometry dash. So he slices her into a cube. That's just disrespectful. I literally have no words to say about that. This is all within 2 minutes of real time of Sukuna awakening. So you don't want to know what he did for the remaining time. That's the real scary part.
I ain't gonna lie, Sukuna got aura. Sukuna might got top aura, bro. Look, Gojo got dumb aura too, but I don't know. Somebody Sukuna aura makes me like, I don't know, like, I don't know, that shit kinda, I don't know.
So you know, what I realized, Sukuna actually did Jogo a favor. Now, let me explain what I mean by that. You see how they had a bet, and if Jogo wins, he'll kill every human in Shibuya. He pretty much did that anyway. Jogo is probably in hell right now, celebrating, but we're gonna get to that soon. So Sukuna and Jogo fights. OST they gave this guy is literally a joke. 10 out of 10. It's probably the best Jujutsu Kaisen OST. That is next to Megumi theme as well. Megumi theme is beautiful. But Jogo was stressed. He had no idea Sukuna was packing this much. The most unfortunate character in the show has to be Jogo, man. Going against the strongest characters, but look at what Jogo is capable of doing. It's unfair. Clearly, Jogo is getting finessed. Sukuna is Sukuna, dodging building level attacks with ease and cutting Jogo before you can activate any type of move or unlock anything. Shout out to the fire extinguisher, by the way. If you know, you know. But look at the amount of lava on the street. Jogo was doing the most and Sukuna just casually dodged everything. And personally, I would be mad as well if I used all my strength, all my power to grab 2 buildings and slam it against you, and then you cut me so that it doesn't count as a hit. Jogo couldn't catch a break, but this is just a part of the Sukuna experience. Do we know why he wanted to do this? No. Does Sukuna even care that he's causing Jogo to destroy everything? No. But what we do know, just being a menace is fun to him. For him to T-pose like this takes a different type of ego. Now, we also got one of the most cursed images in Jujutsu Kaisen so far. Just take a look at this image. This screams horrifying. A sick optical illusion type of face. This is nightmares worthy. All before Sukuna does and says one of the coldest lines in the show. What can Jogo try? Look what Jogo has done. He's tried it all. Sukuna knows he's being a dickhead, but don't get me started on this meteor. This is a ridiculous scale of attack to the point I really don't understand how we thought Jogo was weak. Gojo made him look a bit too weak in the beginning in episode 7 of Jujutsu Kaisen, but just take a look at him now, like, this is not even comparable. Now, something Sukuna does which is illegal, and I don't even understand how he did it in the first place. This guy started skating on the floor with shoes that are normal on concrete. That's gotta be one of the most underhanded things I've ever seen. Like, how do you even do that? Anyway, obviously you would expect Sukuna to dodge this humongous meteor, right? So he decides to troll. He takes the piss by going to Kusakabe and Panda and anyone in the vicinity. Tell them not to move or they will die, while a whole meteor is coming down to crash on them all. This is top 5 most disrespectful moments I've seen in this show so far. And hit them with the last second clap.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands.
Yes. Definitely a different breed, doing all of this for fun. Before opening a box and saying, Fuga. As of this recording, Fuga is probably my favorite saying. But Sukuna does it and uses the element that Jogo is to try and kill him. The amount of irony in this alone. And then he does. He could have done it in any other way, but he chose to use his own type against him. Jogo is dead and speaking to his dead comrades. And Sukuna comes to join him in the dead itself to speak with Jogo. Sukuna tracked him down even in the afterlife. That is just like Menace 101. That's only part 1 of the Sukuna experience, by the way, guys. So let's go to part 2. Now, this part of Sukuna experience is something straight out of a movie. A masterpiece at that. It's only said to be 30% complete by the animators. Yes, you heard me. The Mappa employees said this fight was 30% only of what they wanted to do, man. Mappa, give them time to make what they want to make, man. Guys, thank the animators, not Mappa. They make his sweatshops over there. Like, they're not even allowing them to even rest. It's kind of crazy. But moving on, Sukuna's spidey senses were tingling because his precious toy was about to die. And he comes in to save Megumi and Haruta. Haruta should have been died. I don't know how he survived this long. The mistake was letting that kid survive this long the whole time, man. He's so annoying. Sukuna now is ready to fight in order to save Megumi. And the way he fought throughout this was top tier animation. Even brought out some popcorn and drink. He already knew this fight was about to be cinema. During the Sukuna experience, we see a wild animal in its natural habitat. But someone explained to me how this animal was able to swim in concrete. This guy was doing breaststroke on concrete. That is illegal. But Sukuna treated him like a circus act and constantly did backflips repeatedly. This guy is like, dude, Dennis. This guy always be doing backflips, bro. Like, he always be doing backflips. Sukuna was chopping Maharaga up in every way imaginable. I mean, even a finger got caught in his hoodie. It was a joke. Sukuna and Maharaga fight was generational, to the point you could tell they were inspired by another generational fight. And that fight was All Might and Nomi. They both had the same sequence of the Auras to pretty much match. That's kind of dope. Except Sukuna ended up cutting Maharaga. And you'd think Sukuna's from the UK at this point. No guns, just straight up knives, swords, machetes, things of that nature. I mean, even when cars were hurled at him, my gosh, how do you even grab a car like that? But Sukuna did a free kick and cut Maharaga. How? Don't get me started on all the people that was even in the vicinity in the first place. They had zero chance of survival. I mean, this was mass murder to another degree. And Sukuna didn't care. This is his playground. You're just intruding it. Sukuna, take a bow, because the amount of destruction you were doing in this playground, just look at the aura oozing out of him the whole time, man. Like, this guy's just built different, man. But the thing that made Sukuna an unforgivable terrorist was the domain expansion. Like, yeah, the thing about this is that I understand why he did it. This is what he needed to do if he wanted to be able to win against Maharaga. But this should be an incident? I get it. This is an incident of a lifetime. What do you even do here? Like, just accept your twist of fate, man. This is outrageous amount of destruction. It's horrifying, and as I said before, the OST emphasized that fact. Maharaga was just in the kitchen getting cooked to death. And just look at the way Maharaga's begging for help here. But nah, there's no one here to help you, buddy. Gojo can't even help you, he's in the box. And Sukuna was like, I got one more thing for you. And unleashed the flame using Fuga and blasted Maharaga into infinity and beyond with no insurance. Just boomed him and the wheel. decapitated away from his body and melted. Sukuna was really the most evil villain I have had a chance to watch on my screen in a long time, man. Like, he has no business causing this much terror. And when you think this monster would have been finished and stopped all the immoral activity because Yuji was coming back, he took Megumi back to Shoko to heal him, and then back purposefully to the Carnage to show Yuji. That's an evil villain right there, lads. This ain't no happy devil inside Yuji working together to beat opponents. This is a sick man. This is the definition of a demon doing demon activity. A true menace. A pillar in the evil or villain hall of fame, in my opinion. And that closes the Sukuna experience with Yuji crying and even wanted to kill himself. Like, what? Like, this is too much, man. Sukuna really mentally screwed Yuji's head, like, for the long run. No joke. But anyway, that pretty much concludes the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you leave a like on the video and subscribe, you know, if you liked it as well. Look at the video on the screen. It's about Maharaga, and as I say to the new and old people that come and visit my channel, Njana.